Hello all, welcome to openmentor.net. Our motto is the whole world can learn for free. We have been giving a lot of innovative sessions both on technology as well as on the domains which are industry specific. These sessions will help you to understand the concepts in every area. In this series of session, we are going to talk about supply chain management. This is known as SCM. This is one of the key areas in every manufacturing sector. This is actually huge. In fact, supply chain management is ocean. So we need to understand the individual components of supply chain management, and this a series of sessions that we are going to record and then publish in openmentor.net will talk about the individual components in supply chain management. The very first question is, what is SCM? The basic questions. Let us take a simple example. Let us take shirt or say a towel. You use towels, but how do you get them? Okay, you can always say I buy. You buy from the shop, right? From the shop. Then how did shop get that shirt? From whom shop got that? Shop can say I got it from some wholesaler. Wholesaler gave that to shop. Then from where the wholesaler got that? Wholesaler may say I got it from the manufacturer. Okay, manufacturer, he manufactures the shirt, but for manufacturing the shirt, cotton, where did it come from? The basic cloth, where did it come from? So if you start asking questions, from where, right? From where you got this, and you travel that entire chain, that is nothing but supply chain. Okay, now let us have it in a different way. You ask this in a different question, in a different way. Now you can say iPhone, where did you get this? Same question if you ask, then it will lead to small parts inside the phone. Then who manufactures that part? Certain things are single entity, certain things are assembled ones, right? If you take a shirt, the shirt has got components as the cloth, basic cloth, then the thread, then the buttons. Is there any other material that you see on that shirt? Maybe different kinds of buttons, but you don't see anything else. Whereas if you take iPhone or a phone, you can see a battery, you can see buttons, then you can see speaker, you can see camera, right, chips, etc., etc. Certain things will have maybe 2 or 3 components in it or parts in it. Certain other things will have multiple parts. So there is a question. The producers of those parts may be different, but someone is assembling them and giving that as a finished product. So in essence, what supply chain is dealing is origin of raw materials to finished product at the consumer place. There is a travel of material. The material travels, material also transforms from the origin to the consumer's hands. This entire chain is called supply chain, and managing that whole system is called supply chain management. In fact, I recently met one person. It's an interesting story. I asked him, what do you do? He says, I'm in Dubai working for an egg company, right? Egg company in Dubai? What are you doing there? He said, no, we don't have chicken and eggs right here in Dubai, but we source eggs from various places and we sell to hotels in US and Europe. What? That means the egg travels from one country to another country? He said yes. Then what are you doing? I am managing the entire show. Right? The reason why I brought this is, whether it is egg, whether it is shirt, textile, whether it is electronic items, the source to the consumer's hands, the concept remains the same. But there are different difficulties in each of these. So how do we tackle this? That is called supply chain management. Is this clear? Right. Now let us see what happens. Let us take bread as example. You receive bread from the shop, but bread is not coming out of a tree as a bread. So there is something called wheat, right? Let us take wheat bread. Wheat is produced in farms, right? So the farmer is the original producer of the grain. Then someone has to go to the farmer, okay, give X kgs of wheat, right? Maybe 1000 kgs, 2000 kgs of wheat, and get that, bring to the factory, right? But identifying the right farmer, ensuring the quality of the wheat is in the hands of this guy. Okay, assume that he got good wheat and then he brought it to the factory. Then there is something called processing of that material. The wheat needs to be processed. Okay, fine. Maybe drying, maybe removing the dust, etc. Okay, then someone has to plan how many bread loaves we need to make today. There should be a plan. Based on that plan, okay, there is one more thing, process of that material. Then there is something called store that material. So the factory may be getting wheat from so many people, storing in a place, okay, but the thing is, once it has been stored, and then you need to plan for how many wheats we need to make, how many loaves of bread we need to make, then actually start making the bread loaves. But it takes time. You cannot make 1000 loaves That means the plant has a capacity to create. You need to know the capacity. You cannot simply say I need 1000 loaves today, right? If you need that, your capacity should match against what you want. So someone has to plan, someone has to make. Okay, once it is made, then someone has to ensure the quality checks of the bread. Okay, that is done. Okay, if the quality is not good, what should you do? That's a different area. Okay, then someone has to package that. Okay, package that, put it in papers, right? Put the seal of what is the expiry date, right? Then send to some wholesaler, maybe some dealer. You cannot go to every shop and then hand over the bread. Suppose you are making 10,000 loaves. You cannot go and then give 10 loaves to this shop, another 10 loaves to this shop. You will lose time. So you will give it to a dealer. Then dealer gives to retail shops. Then consumers buy that. Look at this. The wheat has traveled from this place to consumers. The wheat is transformed to bread when it reaches the consumer's hands, right? Then there is one fact one person has said rightly, the retail shops, they have to store, right? Again, the bread packet may be waiting in the store for maybe 3 days. Then once there are certain items which are called perishables, right? Perishables and non-perishables. For example, bread, tomato, milk, they have a definite time to expire. If you go to a shop and if you see the date of manufacture of the bread is 2 weeks before today, you will not buy it. Oh, it is manufactured, it is made yesterday. Okay, it's a fresh bread, right? Perishables do have a time to expire. Non-perishables maybe longer time, that means many years, or no expiry, right? Usually they will define maybe 3 years as expiry time, or 5 years, or 7 years expiry time. Beyond that they may not even sell that. So sourcing from the farmers, this is called the sourcing, right? Then moving, then processing, storage, then planning, manufacturing, quality control, packaging. Then this is again moving, then this is again moving, right? So if you look at supply chain management, movement from one place to another, it has got a major role. Since moving has to happen either by road or by rail or by air or by ship, it has a cost. The more you move, the more frequently you move, you incur more cost, right? More the move, more the cost. So this is one of the key points in supply chain. So in supply chain management, we need to source the right amount, plan for the right quantity, manufacture only the right quantity, move the right quantity. Everything should be optimized. Optimized sourcing, optimized production, optimized movement, right? If you are able to do that, you can optimize the price and you can optimize your profitability, or you can say you can maximize your profitability, right? So this is the fundamental of supply chain management. I'll stop this session here. Thank you.